Here's a question you need to answer honestly. If you stopped reaching out, would half of the people in your life disappear? In 2026, I want you to stop measuring relationships by history and start measuring them by effort. Because who supports you and how they support you reveals everything you need to know. Start here. Who checks on you without being prompt? Not when they need something, not when they're bored, but the people who notice your energy, your absence, your silence, and actually care enough to reach out. Ask yourself, if I go quiet, who messages me first? Who genuinely asks about how I'm doing and not what I'm doing? Who notices when I'm not myself? Support doesn't always look like big actions. Sometimes it's consistency. Sometimes it's, hey, you crossed my mind, just want to see how you're doing. If you're the one who always initiates, always checking in, always maintaining the connection, that's not a mutual relationship. That's labor disguised as friendship. Some people only keep you around because you make the effort for them. But the minute you stop, the connection dies, and that tells you everything. Next question. Have they made any effort to maintain this relationship? Real effort, not excuses, not you know how I am, life gets busy. I'm sure we know some people like this and they're nonsensical excuses. But here's the truth. People make time for what they value. Nobody's too busy to send a 2-minute message. Nobody's busy to show interest. What they're really too busy for is prioritizing you. Also, if you have to post online for someone to remember your existence, that is not a friend. That is very odd to me. I'm not talking about the people who once in a while, oh, she posted, shoot, let me answer the text. I totally forgot to do it. That is innocent. But when it's a consistent thing, or people come to you like, oh, I seen your post on Instagram and da-da-da-da-da. No, it gives very weird. This might be a stretch for some people, but to me, it's like, I should not have to post to remind you of my existence. If I'm a true friend, then that should be a given. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying for you to keep me in your mind all the time. I'm not trying to be a narcissist, but there should be some type of, oh, I haven't spoken to so-and-so in a while. It shouldn't take social media to do that. Who defends you? Another support check people overlook is asking, who defends them when you're not around? A hard truth is that someone who sits in rooms where you're being disrespected and stays neutral is not your friend. Silence is not loyalty. Neutrality is not loyalty. Anything like that stays between y'all or that's between y'all is not a loyalty, okay? The only person they're loyal to is themselves, and that's not technically a bad thing. But when it affects you and it's negative towards you, it's a problem. And we don't need those type of people in our camp. Not at all. They need to go. Get them out of here. Because I promise you, they will be a liability. But as we all know, if someone is quick to believe the worst about you, if they run with gossip, if they get weirdly quiet when others criticize you, they are not confused. They are comfortable with the disrespect being attached to your name. So loyal people do not let you be misrepresented. Loyal people do not sit and listen. Loyal people speak up, and if they never do, write that down. That's not support. Who's always neutral? Sounds harmless, but neutrality is often a sign of jealousy, insecurity, or reluctance to stand beside you. So ask yourself, when I share good news, do they hype me or do they just say, that's nice, and move on? When I'm struggling, do they offer help or do they say, damn, that's crazy? Which is a crazy response, by the way. Lastly, do they avoid choosing a side when I'm clearly right? That is also a red flag, because people who go out of their way to, misunderstand you or just are choosing to be difficult when it comes to you is definitely a red flag. And yeah, get those people out of here. People who are always neutral are convenient and not committed. They want proximity to you, but not the responsibility. They want the connection, but not the accountability that comes with loyalty. Neutrality is a form of passive disloyalty. It's pretending to care without having to show it. Who shows up emotionally? Here's another layer of support people rarely talk about, and it's who's showing up for you emotionally without you having to beg for it. Support isn't just check-ins, it's emotional presence and awareness. So ask yourself, who validates my feelings instead of downplaying them or making me feel dramatic? Who remembers the little things I say? Who follows up to see how I'm really holding up and not just how I appear online? Some people only offer emotional support when it's convenient for them, when they're in a good mood, when they have time, and when it doesn't inconvenience them. But real support shows up even when it's not easy, when you're not fun to be around, when you're not the strongest, the prettiest, or the happiest version of yourself. Pay attention to people who go silent when you're hurting. Pay attention to the ones who say, "Let me know if you need anything," but disappear the moment you actually need something. People who genuinely care don't wait to be asked. They step in, they check in, they follow up. And here's the truth. If someone benefits from your emotional strength, they can't handle your emotional vulnerability. They're not a safe person, period. Punto. A supportive circle is made of people who show up for you in every season, not just the season that benefits them. Who reciprocates? Support is only real when there's reciprocity. A lot of people love you for what you can give and not for who you are. Ask yourself, is this relationship balanced? Do they pour into me the way I pour into them? Do I feel appreciated or do I feel used? When I give love, effort, support, or advice, do I get anything back? You'd be shocked how many connections survive only because you're the one doing the emotional, mental, and even financial lifting. Some people expect you to be their counselor, their motivator, their emergency contact, their emotional dump zone. But when you need the smallest bit of support, suddenly they're busy, tired, or going through a lot. The reality is that if someone can always receive from you but never return anything, they don't see you as a priority, they see you as a resource. Relationships should feel like exchange, not extraction. A mutual flow and not a one-way drain. Pay attention to those who only show love when they want something and those who show love simply because they value you. If your effort is never matched, that's not a friendship, that's a pattern. And 2026 is a year to not repeat patterns that exhaust you. So with that being said, here's your 2026 support checklist. Who checks on me without me reminding them I exist? Who reaches out because they care, not because they need something? Who has maintained this friendship with actual effort? Who defends me when I'm not in the room? Who is neutral when it comes to me, even when they shouldn't be? Who celebrates me without bitterness? Who shows loyalty through action, not words? When you answer these, you'll notice something. Your real circle might be a lot smaller than you thought, and that's okay, because quality over quantity. 2026 is the year of intentional relationships. Stop chasing people who only show up when it benefits them. Protect your peace, value your energy, and surround yourself with people whose support feels like support and not stress. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.